What's going on, guys? Horizon here, and today we're going to talk about Black Ops 3 and how the beta went down. So for the first time in the Call of Duty franchise, we were given the chance to participate in the official beta for Black Ops 3. This opportunity was provided to those on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, so no previous gen consoles here. With that being said, though, there were stipulations for the entry at a time. Originally, you were only applicable if you pre-ordered the game. That changed as the beta release ensued, though. With Activision recently switching their partnership from Xbox to PlayStation, the early access rewards did follow. PlayStation 4 users were given exclusive access a week earlier than others. There seemed to have been a change of mind at the top of the corporate food chain as halfway through the beta it became an open beta, meaning all PS4 users had access. Next week, Xbox One and PC users were given a swing, and the execution mirrored the PS4 release. I was able to play on Xbox and PC, but all the footage you're going to see is from the PC version. So, Black Ops 3 beta. Do we start with the goods, the bads, the uglies, the not-so-uglies, the not-so-goods? Look, the most important thing to take from this sneak peek that we got is how close to home it felt. With it being Call of Duty 12 or something, obviously it's nothing like the first one. But I believe a main concern with our last game, Advanced Warfare, was how different it looked, felt, and played. Every title was played on the ground until then, and to all of a sudden have everything soar straight into the air, literally, caused a bit of disruption in the fan base. Even though there still is the mechanic of boosts and thrusts, it feels much less like a necessity. For example, there were very rare occasions where a fight was actually fought off of the ground. Unlike in Advanced Warfare, where if you weren't flying like an eagle, you were as good as its dinner. Treyarch did a wonderful job in balancing this booster effect with the gameplay. The rate at which it recharges and your maximum capacity of equivalently stamina, coupled with focused map design, shows that the emphasis on this feature is more on helping get around the map than as in Advanced Warfare. The gunplay felt pretty much the same as every Call of Duty title, low recoil, high rate of fire. We did see the addition of dedicated servers, which seemed to make a rather large difference in the networking department. Not once did I ever encounter a disconnect due to server-side issues. But there are, without a doubt, problems with the beta. And it is still under the definition of a beta, but as of late, it seems to be quite okay for most devs to take the beta as is, and not much change for the final release. So what you see is more often what you get. But you never know. We could see changes by release. Now, what are the things that need to be fixed? Regarding the Xbox, I never really noticed anything detrimental to the enjoyment of the game that was specific to that platform. As for the PC, oh, the PC. It's like the plague of Egypt. It never seems to end. The problems seen in this beta were the same that have afflicted PC ports of Call of Duty for who knows how long now. First of all,
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away.
this frame rate link bug. The engine has some code that allows for your frame rate to be linked to mouse sensitivity. The higher your frame rate, the closer to your settings you'll be. This has absolutely no middle ground to it. It's negative to the player in every way and deserves attention. The other main issue was the input lag. There was at least half a second to 3/4 worth of input lag. In a game catered around reflex and focus, this makes the game almost unplayable. This effect is further exemplified if you were able to even attempt to play the game at a higher resolution than 1080p. The input lag only further increased if you tried to run the game at, say, 1440p like I did, which is rather unfortunate as the game was visually pleasing, something that the Call of Duty franchise has never really had as a major selling point. This was most likely due to the fact that they don't have the Xbox 360 or the PS3 holding them back, so the graphics fidelity could really show with our next-gen consoles. You know, albeit there was a fix for these bugs, the game had to have the resolution turned down to at most 1080p, and your frame rate needed to be capped at 90 FPS. So depending on your PC settings, you may have had to turn down some settings in the graphics options in order to reach a steady 90 FPS. This did allow for a more consistent experience though. The reason I point these out is because Treyarch noted that this time around, they had a team specialized in only making a PC version for Black Ops 3. For this to be the case, the bugs that made it as far as they did should have been caught by a specialized team dedicated to the development of the PC port. There were also the questions of balance, mainly some of the specialist classes. These specialists were a new addition to the franchise, which came with their own special ability specific to each character. These abilities passively were available after a set amount of time and could be obtained quicker with the gaining of points, kills, assists, etc. Upon activation, you were able to use said ability, and then a cooldown begins. To name one specifically, Rejack was one that seemed to be under fire from the community. If you happen to get killed and Rejack was available, it could be activated. It revived you, kept you from dying, meaning your kill streak keeps going. The question was if that was really the right thing for the ability. Should your kill streak keep going? Should it continue? Or should it maybe just set you back in points a bit? One other ability that I noticed in my experience was the Scythe. It was an ability that the mechanical specialist could use to turn his arm into a chain gun. It could have been balanced, but as far as I could tell, I never found someone who didn't do well with that ability. The gun balance, as far as the guns you could equip on your character, seemed like most Call of Duty games. Meta will be created, it'll get nerfed, something else will take its place because it got buffed, and then it'll get nerfed, and so on and so forth. It'll be a never-ending meta cycle. I think that if the PC version could be healed from this curse, this might be the first great Call of Duty title to hit the hardcore PC community. I have without a doubt, though, that the game will do great on consoles, as it typically does, being designed for the console experience after all. I would say the beta was a success on all fronts. So, tell me how you guys felt the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 beta went. Let me know in the comments section down below. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. This is Horizon, out.
And it were that the Sea Dweller was ready to emerge from his abode, only to find EXPLOSION!